Hello, it's Avery. I get asked on a semi-frequent basis how I go about prepping traditional line work for digital coloring, so that's what I'm going to be covering here. So you're going to want to start with a scanned image. I know scanners are really expensive and not something everyone has, so this is something you can still do if you don't have a scanner, but you do have a phone. I know there are a lot of apps that are designed to sort of do the same thing as a scanner, so if you do some research on those, I'm sure you can get something that ends up being like pretty similar quality. So you don't actually need a scanner to do this, but you need some way to get your image on your computer. Okay, so once you have your image open in Photoshop, you're going to want to go into Image Adjustments, Black and White, and this is going to open up a menu that allows you to basically fuck around with which colors are lightest and which colors are darkest in your image. This is especially nice if you have a colored underdrawing that you want to get rid of. Basically, all the sliders go from black to white, and you can slide towards the darker end or lighter end. Pretty straightforward stuff once you get the hang of it. I generally like mine to be still kind of visible, so it has a bit of a hand-drawn look, but not as dark as it was initially. Once that's all done, you're going to want to continue to prep your line work by going into brightness and contrast, which is also under adjustments, and just making your line work stand out from the background a bit more, a bit bolder, and pretty straightforward again. Basically, you can just mess around with these two sliders till you have something that you think looks good. It really depends on what you're going for with the image and how you want it to look, but fuck around with that until you have something that you're happy with. Now, if you want your finished product to have black line work, this is pretty much where you're going to stop. If you want to color your line work, though, which is something that I do pretty often on my finished pieces, but I don't really ever do for PBT, because if you're doing all the work you would for a finished product on every panel of a webcomic, you're not going to update that often. So you kind of got to pick and choose which aesthetic aspects you really want to like push and which ones you're more comfortable with, like, nah, not so much. So I decided colored line work wasn't something that I needed to do that often with PBT, but with more finished product type of things, I like to do it. So you go here into the channels section, and you're going to want to Command or Control click depending on your device, and that's going to select the whole white space of your picture, and then you're going to Command or Control Shift I to invert your selection. So now you have the line selected, and on a new layer above it, you're going to fill that, which is Command or Control Delete, with your selected color, whatever you want your line work to be. Generally, I find colors that are less saturated and more on the dark side to be better for line work colors, because if they're too bright or saturated, they're going to take away from the clarity of your overall piece. And you do still want it to have sort of an outline effect of the interior colors. So generally, darker and less saturated colors are better, but it's your call. So yeah, I think that pretty much sums up what I do. If you guys have any more requests of things you'd like to see me talk about, give me a shout. Have a good day.